We work with the churches from all over denominations without discrimination. And the goal is to ignite economic and spiritual development in the region.
How do you create a culture of redemption that transforms a nation? One that seeks the good of humanity by infusing it with a Christ-centered worldview that restores hope and creates opportunity.
Our goal is to continue so that the people will take the ownership of their own development.
Wilberforce International Institute trains and mentors international students to courageously, creatively, intelligently, and skillfully apply a Christian worldview to the challenges facing their home societies. Dr. Bob Osborne founded Wilberforce Institute in 2009.
In the 1980s and 1990s, as I began work with international students, I found that not only were many of them open to the gospel of Jesus Christ, but I discovered that many of them were looking for real answers to how a Christian worldview applied to problems in their home societies. For example, how would they develop policies that worked in multi-religious societies? How would they resolve problems related to corruption or the failure to really attend to the education of women?
Named for William Wilberforce, a 19th century crusader for human rights who successfully sought the end of slavery in Great Britain, today Wilberforce International Institute proudly bears his name and seeks to carry on his passionate work for Christ in nations around the world. Through professional and spiritual mentoring, Wilberforce International Institute instructs students in the areas of finance, economics, education, sociology, and biblical studies. Wilberforce conducts training primarily in the developing world, targeting nations strategically positioned to accept and tolerate a Christian worldview in all levels of society. These are nations poised for redemptive transformation.
We meet with them by Zoom or in person. We answer their questions, but most of all, we're pointing them to the resources of a biblical worldview so that they can genuinely find those answers to the problems that their colleagues, their fellow citizens, are facing in their societies.
So I've been using sports and education to connect with schools in Malaysia and also to do training for teachers and coaches. When those relationships have been established, then I'm able to share godly principle and the gospel with them.
I'm Kevin Cooney, president of Wilberforce International Institute, and Wilberforce exists to promote redemptive change globally through international students who we train to be redemptive change agents. We train them with a Christian worldview. We work with them, we mentor them, we help them to establish projects and goals where they can go into their home societies and implement Christ-centered Christian worldview. I recently returned from Southeast Asia and Africa where I met with these mentees, and it's just such a wonderful thing to see these workers of Christ in the front lines. They are really the tip of the spear of what we do here at Wilberforce. Being an example, just like the early church was an example to the Greco-Roman Empire, which was an extraordinarily debaucherous society, they are examples of what Christ wants all of us to live like.